Good morning. I'm going to make a show you how to make a QR code using Inkscape. Right, I've opened Inkscape as a blank page, and if I look in here, the document properties, I can see the page is an A4 page, and this is its size, so that's useful to know. It's in portrait mode. To create a QR code, we go to extensions, we go to render, we go to barcode, we go to QR code. Notice I haven't clicked on anything. And then you click on QR code and it opens the QR code, and all we have to do, everything should be completely default as the way it comes up, is make sure we've got the text up here, which is our URL, which comes from the spreadsheet I sent you. So this one here is UMA, which is Umuera School, and we apply and we get our QR code will pop up over here. Just takes a little while here to generate the QR code. We can now pick up this QR code and we can move it up into the middle of the page. We can go to our zoom tool down here. If we click over it and watch it, it comes up and says zoom tool. And if we put our marquee around it, that's the elastic bandy thing, and drop it, we've now got the QR code in the middle of our screen at an enlarged size. Okay, now just to teach you something, if you hold the control key down and roll your mouse wheel, it clicks in and out till we go out far enough we can see the whole page again. So we can always use that to get back to where we were. So to put this back in the center of the screen again, we get our zoom tool, we go around what we want to put in the middle and drop it. I was using the left mouse button to do that. Right, now I'm at 2 minutes 54 at the moment. I want to cut this off at about 5 minutes or so. I don't want my videos to get too long. Now I'm going to just show you something else. If I get the select tool and I click, a couple of things. One is the width and the height of it. It's 43 millimeters by 65 millimeters, and I can change that size. Now this white space around here is important. And also what is important is that at the moment we're looking at two different objects. Now down at the bottom of the page it says we're a group of two objects. Bear in mind I've got this group selected. I'm going to go up into objects and I'm going to do ungroup and click off it. Now if I come back in, I can click on there and look down the bottom and I've got a rectangle. So that's one of the objects, and if I click on the actual QR code itself, it's smaller size. Notice how these select arrows are now a smaller size, and our size up here, our width and height, these two, 33. So our QR code is 33 millimeters and our bounding box is 43 millimeters. So bear in mind you're going to have to deal with the size that you want. So I'll select both again by using the bounding box, using the select tool up here, this one, and going right around the outside of everything. and it hasn't selected the bounding box. It's only selected the QR code, so that's not what we want at all. So I'm going to hold my control key down, and I'm going to roll my mouse until it goes out by 1. And this is the reason for doing that, is so I can now use my select tool further out and pick up both of the objects. So I've now got the 2 objects selected. I'm going to now go in and turn them into a group, into the object menu, turn them into a group. Now, so we're back to sort of where we were before. Now we can change the size of first thing I want to do is put an outline on the bounding box so that we can see it, because at the moment, as soon as we select away from it, we can't see it. Although it's there and we click on it, it's there, we can't see it. So the way I'm going to do that is, again, I'm going to ungroup it and click off it, click back on it, so I've just got the bounding box. Now you're using down the bottom here, you're using this all the time to make sure what you've actually got selected. So we've got this rectangle selected. So we now need to go to the object. Bear in mind we're working on the bounding box. We're going to fill in stroke. And we click on that, and over here now this panel is in fill and stroke mode. Fill and stroke. It's no longer using any of these, it's using fill and stroke. The fill is the center, and the stroke is what we want. And at the moment it has no stroke, no paint, so we'll give it some paint, and now we can see it. But it's skinny, and we want to make it a bit fatter, so we go into stroke style, and here is the width of the stroke. It's 0.265 millimeters. I'm going to make it 0.5 millimeters. That's millimeters, 0.5 millimeters. This one here makes it a straight line, not dashes, and these control all your corners and things. So I just clicked back onto this page, and now you can see the stroke is wider. It's 0.5 millimeter wide because we made it 0.5 millimeter wide, and we can see it. So now I'm going to select both of those again. Check down here, I've got 2 objects selected, and I'm going into here to make it a group. Now we're back. So we've been in and out of this group, ungroup, and that's very typical of what how you work with a tool like Inkscape. You have to be very careful which object you've got selected, because that's the object you are working on and what the object is. And it's not what you've got see on the screen, it's what you choose to select. So we select away, click away. Now there's no arrows anymore down the bottom, no objects selected. So we now have to think, what do I want to do next? Well, what I want to do next in general is to resize this down. So that's from the bounding box square, which is a rectangle. I want to make it 40 millimeters exact, because that's what we're going to do when we cut it out. That's what we want it to be, 40 millimeters. So it might be 45, it might be 50, but I'm going to work with 40. You can work with whatever number you want to work with. It's the same process. So I'm going to select it again. So I'm saying, right, this here is what I want to make 40. I'm going to go, see this little guy up here? I'm going to go into him. He's called the transform. That's the transform icon. That's what he looks like, a little square and a little dotted circle. But you can also get to him by going object, transform. And see, he's now active. Now in Transform we can do these different operations. What we're going to be doing is scaling. At the moment it's sitting on move. We want to we want to scale it, and by scale it I mean we want to make it smaller. And we're going to scale it by millimeters. We can scale it by percentage, or we can go in here and we can scale it by millimeters. And if we click this box, scale proportionally, it scales both the height and the width at the same time. And we type into here, into this box, we use our backspace key to get to there, and we change it to our 40. We don't worry about the height, although we could put 40. It's automatically done it to 40, see? So when I click apply, it will apply these new settings to this object. Because it's still sitting at 44, we apply. And now it's sitting to 40, and it's what we want. And I'm going to end this video at that, because actually I've accomplished what I need.